Hey there. So today we're going to be using this file called Practice1. You need to download it from Canvas or get it off the shared drive at school. If you get it off the shared drive at school, you go to Shared, Blakely, BOS, and then Spreadsheets, and it's called Practice1. All right, so this is a spreadsheet that has multiple sheets, 3 different worksheets within the file, or the whole file is also called a workbook. Okay, the individual sheets are worksheets. So we're going to start with this worksheet called vehicle data. So there are about 4 things that I want to show you how to do today, and we're just using this file to use as a practice file to apply what we've learned. And we will be using the file at different times periodically when we learn new features in Excel. So in other words, don't submit it until you get the final word that we are finished using it. It could be a few weeks before that happens. Okay, so one thing that I would like to show you today is how the default setting or the preset, in other words, what the setting already is if you don't change it, is to have grid lines showing. Having these boundaries between columns and between rows showing, or the boxes, all the boxes showing. So if you were to go print this, file print, the default for grid lines when you're printing is to have them off. Most people like them off. You can turn them on. You can also turn on the ABCD, the gray bar header, and you can turn on the rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going down the left side. So what I would like you to do is go out of page setup, or I'm sorry, go out of print preview, and then come over here to the page layout tab. And inside the page layout tab, look for this group called sheet options. And all I want you to do on this is turn off the grid lines for viewing so that we can't see the individual boxes, and turn off these gray bars on the left side and across the top. Turn that off for viewing. And I know it looks really strange because we're not used to working in that view, but we're just turning it off for the sake of learning how to do it. And then I would like you to turn on the grid lines for printing and turn on the headings for printing. Now, it's always good to go check and make sure. So go in the print preview. It's good to make sure that it really worked. So there it is. We've got our grid lines showing, and we've got our column headers and row headers showing. Okay, so we'll go back out of print preview. Also worth mentioning is that these dashed lines show where the page ends. Okay, so everything above this dotted line and to the left of this one, that would be page 1. So that would print on one sheet. 2 sheets, 3 sheets, 4 sheets, okay, 5 sheets it would take to print this. Unless we use a setting called fit to one page. So that's the next thing we're doing. So page layout is where we go again, but this time instead of sheet options, we're going to look here in the page setup group, and we're going to click on margins. Then I'm going to have you go all the way down to custom margins. Okay, and go to this tab called page, and then scaling. We want to be in the scaling area. So we want to click this to fit it to 1 page wide by 1 page tall, which means fit to 1 page. Now we could do 2 and 2, 3 and 3, okay, but we want to see if we can fit all 5 of these pages onto 1 page. So click that, click OK. And again, you can't really tell until you do the print preview. When you go into the print preview and then come back out, you'll see the dashed lines that show the page boundaries. But let's just go in here to File Print. Wow, that is all fitting on there. So it's really small kind of font so that it will all fit, but that is okay. That's what we were going for. So we'll get back out of this. And it looks like when you scale it to fit like we just did, it doesn't show you the dashed lines when you come back out of print preview. But when you're not scaling it to fit, then you will see the dashed lines. All right, so that's all you have to do on vehicle data. We're not really going to do anything inside this one or this one today, but there are a couple last things we're going to do. We are going to right click on each one, each tab sheet label, and we're going to go to tab color and just choose whatever color you want. Okay, this is one thing we're learning is how to change the tab color so that if you work in a business where their workbook or their file with spreadsheets has dozens of tab sheets, then you can color the ones that you use the most often so that they kind of jump out at you and you can see where they are. Okay, so just change those to any 3 colors. Then we can also move sheet tabs. Sometimes we would like them in a different order than what they're currently in. So I'm having everybody click, hold, and drag apps and put that first. And then we're going to put businesses second and vehicle data third. Okay, so they're in alphabetical order. Just for fun, just to make sure you know how to do it and just so you can see how it's done. All right. Okay, sorry for that little interruption. Now, the last thing we're doing is we're going to copy this sheet and we're going to put it at the end of these sheet tabs. We're also going to copy this one and put it at the end and this one. Okay, so all you do again is right click to get this menu, go to move or copy. Now it wants to know which book, that means workbook, or which file to put it in. So the cool thing is you can actually copy a sheet from this book to another book without even clicking on the other book, as long as that file is open. Both files have to be open. But we're not doing that today. We're just copying it to the same workbook that we're already in, Practice1. Okay. And you can put what sheet you want it to go before, what sheet tab, but we're just going to say move to end on all of them. Now, if you forget to click create a copy, all it's going to do is move it. And we don't want to just move it. We want to create a copy. So click OK, or check mark that, and then click OK. Do the same thing here, move or copy to Practice1 file at the end and do a copy, not move the original. Okay, and then the last one, same thing. Let's see, move to end, create a copy, click OK. All right, so it's going to look like that. And let me just check my list quickly. Make sure we did all 4 features. Okay, that is it for today on Practice1. Again, just keep it saved. You will need it at a later time, probably several other times. Thank you and have a wonderful day.